Hi, gang, it's Patrick.
And Adam.
Coming up on today's episode, we answer a listener question and announce our holiday giveaway. We cover the latest Disney news, and Adam gives a recap of his latest trip to Walt Disney World. As always, we close out the show with some quick D. All that and more on today's episode of Gays Do the D.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Adam, Sugar Plum Fairy Hummel.
Patrick Fruitcake Kazuki.
Fruitcake, gross.
Describes you to a T.
It's fair. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. Welcome back to Narnia, where it's always winter, never Christmas.
Oh, no.
It's very cold here.
Yeah.
Although today it's a balmy, 23.
Feels good.
It's basically summer.
Feels nice.
Mm-hmm. How was your week? You were in Disney.
I was, so of course it was fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Amazing.
How was your week?
It was a real train wreck, Adam. I went and saw the movie Cats, and it's been a real struggle ever since.
Why? That's my question. Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, our lovely friend Anna had press passes.
Oh, okay, so it was free.
So it was free.
Okay.
Let's get that clear.
Why?
But even that free was too expensive. Boy, oh boy, I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust theater anymore, or the movies, or entertainment. After that mess.
I'll say the show is very entertaining.
Sure, yeah. Lovely, beautiful dancers on stage.
The live show is great, yeah.
Did not translate in this garbage fire of a movie.
Yeah, the trailers just look like a mess.
And the trailers were the best part.
Oh, dear.
And that's not saying a lot. So what I'm saying is, go see Cats if you hate yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cats over The Rise of Skywalker. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What a perfect suggestion.
Don't ever say that again. Ever, ever, ever. Speaking of joy, it's the holidays.
It's the holiday season.
Oh, boy.
So whoop-dee-doo.
Nope.
And dickory-dock.
Okay.
And don't forget to hang up your sock.
Okay.
I think I owe royalties on that song now.
I think we're going to get sued heavily.
Yeah.
Mostly for your vocal performance.
Oh, It sounded pretty to me.
Oh, okay. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy all the things you may celebrate or not celebrate.
Winter solstice for the witches out there.
Ooh,
Right?
Yes, witch.
It's time to sacrifice a goat.
Nope, that's not what happens.
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they put the entrails up on the tree. Isn't that
Nope.
what they used to do?
Nope, that's just your family holiday.
I think the Druids used to put the entrails up on the tree.
You know far too much about this.
Yeah.
I'm a little frightened. So you've brought a little stick figure with you that's actually a totem, maybe, that you're going to cast a spell on me?
Do I know how to celebrate or do I know how to celebrate?
That is a real question. We're all trying to figure out the answer to. Happy holidays, everybody.
Don't you wish this was like our holiday episode akin to like an Andy Williams Christmas special where we could be like, ladies and gentlemen, Charo.
Yes.
And Charo would come on the podcast and then
I wish that every day of my life.
Steve and Edie Gourmet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little Crystal Gale.
What an interesting coupling you've created here.
I just went through my catalog of like Andy Williams, Bob Hope Christmas special guests.
Oh, okay.
And invited them onto the podcast.
Great. I'm bringing on Ramona from Real Housewives New York.
Great.
Just to spice it up a little bit.
I actually know who she is, so I'm very proud of myself right now.
That's because we watched it in the hotel room in Disneyland.
That's right, we did.
I forced you to watch Real Housewives of New York.
There's nothing like watching Real Housewives of New York before you head to a Disney park.
Yeah, you really set the bar very low for what society has to offer.
Right.
And then everything is a plus after that.
Anything that happens in a Disney park after you watch a Real Housewives episode is good, basically. People are very well behaved.
Yeah. Crazy Eye Ramona. She's a real treat. Real treat.
Speaking of treats, Patrick,
Ooh.
we received a question from listener Aaron.
We did.
Tweedledee Aaron wrote in with a question to us. You can find him on Instagram at aaron.didit.
Ooh.
Did what, Aaron?
What'd you do?
What did you do, Aaron?
Where's the poop?
Gross. Anyway,
Yeah.
Aaron says, hey there, I have a favor to ask. I'm going to Disneyland and DCA for 4 days next month.
Oh.
I need all the tips and tricks you may have. It's a first for me in my adult life. Thanks for whatever you have to offer.
Interesting. Aaron, you're a lucky duck, first of all.
We've just recently been.
It's true. And it was my first trip as an adult in my adult life. And here's my tip. Just have fun.
Oh,
Just let it happen.
he was not expecting that.
Fair. I know it's a generic thing, but honestly, I didn't go into it with much of a plan other than there's a couple of things I want to see. And so everything was a surprise and was beautiful for me. And that is probably the best way I could imagine doing it. What about you? What are your tips and tricks?
Mine are less poetic.
Fair.
The great news is you have 4 days, Aaron. You'll be able to do everything you want to do.
Plenty of time.
But I would also utilize MaxPass. That would be my big tip, because MaxPass out there is a gift. Whereas we have FastPass and Walt Disney World, MaxPass, I think, allows you to get on more attractions faster.
Yeah, it could be a wider selection of attractions at least.
And I think you can utilize it in a more meaningful way in that you can take advantage of more attractions, is what I should say, I think, with MaxPass.
And we all love taking advantage of things, don't we?
We really do.
Actually, a fun tip that you inspired me with is the timer, using the timer for the Max Pass. Remind me what the time frame is in which you need to set it.
It's about an hour in between each availability window.
Okay.
I think. It might be a little bit more than that, but basically, once you pick up your first pass, you can then see when your next window opens up in the app.
Right.
So set your timer on your phone so that it goes off, so you know that as soon as that window opens up, you can just access your next Fast Pass.
I love it. Such a great idea. That got us onto so many rides. And then while we were waiting in line for one ride, we were planning our next ride, which was a really clever idea.
And that's how you should live your life in general, really.
Yes.
Is just don't enjoy the moment and focus on what's coming next.
No. Well, if I had been with somebody I wanted to talk to, then
Sure.
we probably would have had a conversation.
Sure.
But we were on our phones instead.
I know. That's how we live now.
That's all we do. In fact, put your phone down, Adam, please. Good Lord.
No. I'm living my best life.
It's true. It's true.
Selfies galore.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Other than that, I mean, accessibility between the two parks is so easy. You just have the Esplanade between the two parks, so it's easy to jump back and forth if you want to. There's fabulous food out there. Quick service out there is like next level, so enjoy that.
Yeah. Get yourself to Pixar Pier, man.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. And of course, the Lamplight Lounge, which quickly became one of my favorite places to go. Sit on the dock if you can. It's really lovely.
Yeah. Always sit on a dock if you can.
Always sit on a big dock.
Yeah.
And ask about the secret drinks if you are inclined to do so.
Those are great suggestions, Patrick.
Thank you so much. My biggest tip is to send us all your photos.
Please do that.
We want to see your lovely trip.
And if any Tweedledees out there have any other suggestions for Aaron's first adult trip to Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, please reach out to him. Again, his Instagram handle is aaron.didit.
Have a wonderful trip, Aaron. We had another Tweedledee reach out to us, Adam. In fact, 3 Tweedledees sent us some D-mail.
Threedles.
Tweedledees. That might have to be their new name.
The Threedledees.
The Tweedledees reached out. They sent us a package. Well, here's the truth. They sent me a package, and I was assuming it was something else, and so I tore into it already. So I know what it is.
Oh.
I know. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But it'll be a mystery for you. Should I read the note first?
I mean, why break tradition? No, tear right into the package. Yeah, of course, read the note first.
Okay, we've learned our lesson. I've learned my lesson anyways. So here's the note.
Okay.
It reads, Adam and Patrick, we saw these in the park and thought of you guys. Hope your holiday season has been filled with magic. Talk to you soon. XO, Mark, Roger, and Kale, a.k.a. the Atlantides, a.k.a. the Steamboat Willies.
Cute.
And now, a.k.a. the Threedledees.
The Threedledees.
I think that's the best name ever. I love it. And so they sent us these lovely Magic Kingdom Pride pins.
Oh, I love them.
With the castle in rainbow colors.
I love them. Hey, Roger, Mark, and Kale, you know, I have the Disneyland version of this
I was
pin.
going to say, now you have the matching set.
I have the matching set earrings. I could show up to my family's holiday celebration in those. I would really make a splash.
You should. I'm going to put them in a piercing. Maybe not my ears, though. We'll see where I put them.
Little Prince Albert?
Who can say?
Yeah.
Well, you just said.
I did.
Okay.
You're going to look so festive, Patrick.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Are you going to show up to your family's holiday celebration flashing that Prince Albert?
Well, not my biological family, but maybe a different family.
Got it. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to them.
Yeah.
I'm so humble. I'm so humble. No, thank you guys very much. That was so thoughtful of you. Please keep sending us gifts.
Please keep sending gifts. This is really beautiful. Listen, I love a rainbow moment and I love a rainbow sparkle moment, and this pin is both. And it's a Disney moment.
Since you've been watching RuPaul's Drag Race, you've become gayer and gayer, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Oh, good.
Your vernacular has increased.
I'm serving rainbow glitter realness.
Exactly.
Thank you, Roger, Mark, and Kale. This is fabulous.
Thanks, Threedledees. As per usual, Adam, I'm going to keep talking and take over this entire episode.
I love it.
We've got some anniversaries to talk about.
Yay.
Some really lovely ones. Let's play the game. Has Adam seen this movie? Let's start with the youngest, shall we?
Okay.
Turning 5 years old, released on December 25th, 2014, Into the Woods.
Seen it.
Into the Woods.
Seen it.
I love that movie. I love that play. I love everything about it.
That show is fabulous. Yeah, I really love that show.
They did a really good job, actually, with turning it into a movie musical.
You know, I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theater, so it'd be good for me to go back and watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to bring the episode down.
Oh, great. Oh, dear.
But this was actually the very first movie I saw after my father passed away.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I cannot recommend seeing Into the Woods after someone passes away.
It's very dark.
Very dark and very sad.
It's very sad, yeah.
Yeah, that second act.
Ooh, it's a Debbie Downer.
So here's my hot tip for the day.
Yeah.
Don't see Into the Woods after your dad dies.
Okay, that's a great tip. Thank you so much for sharing. Into the Woods.
We'll bring it back up again. Sorry, everybody.
To grandmother's house. Let's move on.
You'd be a great little Red, by the way.
Thank you so much.
It's the role you were born to play.
That is literally the nicest thing you've ever said to me. I'm into it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thanks so much. I'm probably more of a Milky White than I am a Little
No,
Red.
come on. You know, if any of our listeners have no idea what Into the Woods is about, we've just said Little Red and Milky White. They're going to be
like,
so confused.
What now? It's for you to find out, I guess.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you. So jumping way up in years, 49 years old, released on December 24th, 1970, The Aristocats.
Seen it.
I was not sure if you had seen that one or not.
I for sure have.
We almost never talk about that movie, but it's such a good one.
It is really cute, and those little kittens are adorable.
This is the only way I want to see cats on a screen.
Oh.
The Aristocats.
Agreed.
So thank you for bringing this episode up, Aristocats.
Oh, you saved us.
Everybody does want to be a cat.
Everybody wants to be a cat, but not in Cats
No.
or watching Cats.
Never again.
Yeah.
Hashtag never again. Turning 51 years old, released on December 24th, 1968, The Love Bug.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, no. You haven't
Yeah.
seen a lot of those live-action old movies,
It's true.
though.
It's true.
You got to get on board. I feel like they'd be right up your alley.
Was that an intentional pun with Allie and Carr, or was it not? It's not really a pun.
I'm so clever, I didn't even mean to make that
You're
connection.
like next level clever.
I can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so get yourself to Disney Plus and watch The Love Bug.
I have seen the Love Bug, though, on the old backlot tour at Hollywood Studios. They used to have a Love Bug back there. I'm sure it wasn't the actual Love Bug, but it was...
You never know. It could have been one of many. I'm sure they had quite a few in circulation.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Not the same as seeing the movie,
It's not.
but good for you.
It's not.
It's one step closer, Adam. It's one step closer, and that's all we ask of you. Turning 56 years old, released on December 25th, 1963, The Sword in the Stone.
Seen it.
Oh, I love this movie so much. I think we have to do a take 2 of this one.
We really do, because I have not seen this since I was a little Adam.
Aw, it's really great. I love it so much.
Add it to our show notes.
It's
Take
true.
2, Sword
It's
in the
true.
Stone. It's happening in 2020, folks.
Archimedes, one of the best birds, I guess, but one of the best characters in a Disney movie, I think, for my money.
My firstborn shall be named Archimedes.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Please make that happen.
Just pretentious enough.
Mm-hmm.
My firstborn son is named Archimedes.
Are you with child right now?
'Tis the season.
Oh, it's a Christmas miracle.
It's my immaculate collection.
Oh, my God. Speaking of Christmas miracles, turning 62 years old, released on December 25th, 1957, a real cheerful movie, Old Yeller.
Didn't we talk about this on last week's episode?
We did, and then Timmy did not put that gun down. He didn't. He went through with it, and it was a mess.
Oh, man.
Let's do a take 2 of this one.
No.
When we're feeling extra happy.
No.
And just bring it down.
No. No. This will never be a take 2. This will never, ever be a take 2.
It's either that or cats, Adam. It's either that or cats. You have to decide.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Cats or dogs?
I would rather a dead dog than live cats.
Wow.
Yep.
It's all sad.
It's
regardless.
It's all a mess. We can't come back from it. So happy anniversaries, Old Yeller, The Sword in the Stone, The Love Bug, The Aristocats, and Into the Woods.
And now, Patrick, on to a movie we will be recognizing in next year's anniversary list.
Ooh.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
It's true. In 1 year, it'll be 1 year old.
I hope I see it.
I think that you will.
I will on Monday night with you.
I'm so excited.
Me too. As everyone knows, the movie's open.
Mm-hmm.
It's projected to rake in $195 million this weekend.
Insanity.
And that would make it the third highest grossing December open of all time.
That's amazing. So many of our Tweedledees have already seen it. I'm very jealous.
Yes, and they are sending in their reviews via DM to our Instagram at GDTD Podcast. So if you have not done that yet, please send us your thoughts on the movie, because in next week's episode, we'll be giving our spoiler-free review of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum.
Why can't you just let me have a moment, Adam?
Bum, bum,
Wow.
ba-dum,
Wow.
bum, ba-da-ba-dum. Yeah.
You can also, of course, leave us a voice memo or an email at info@gaysdothed.com with your thoughts on the movie.
We would love to hear your voices.
Yes, please. We love when that happens, so please continue to do that.
Send us a smart, sassy review of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
Especially if you have any kind of an accent.
Oh.
Southern,
Yep.
European,
Sure.
African,
Yep.
anything really, anything other than Minnesotan. We're tired of our own voices.
What do you mean? We sound great.
I know. We sound so good.
Everyone has stopped the episode.
And stop. Hit the stop button.
Unsubscribe.
Oh, no. Speaking of subscriptions, Adam.
Yes.
If you are a member of our Patreon family, you are going to be tickled with joy at our newest episode of Gays Do the D, Raw and Uncut.
Raw and uncut.
Of course, these are the episodes that are exclusive only to our Patreon members. So you have to get on over to our Patreon page. You can do so by finding us on our website, gaysdothed.com, and click on that donate button. For as little as $1 a month reoccurring, you can be a Patreon member and have the privilege of hearing our voices more often than you ever wanted to.
What are we going to talk about on this month's episode?
Adam, what aren't we going to talk about?
What aren't we going to talk about?
That's
You've
the
covered
real-
everything, Patrick.
Yeah, that's the real question, don't you
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
That just means that I have no idea. It's usually an organic conversation that is a mess.
Oh, it's raw and uncut.
It's raw and uncut. I was going to make a joke there, but that seemed inappropriate.
The same joke popped into my head,
Yeah.
and we're just going to leave that.
In our raw and uncut episode.
That's right.
You never know. We can't reveal what we're going to talk about anyways. You have to be a subscriber to be in the know.
Yeah, but we swear in raw and uncut.
We do. It is raw and uncut and uncensored. I like it. I'm a little aroused right now, and I don't know why. It might be the pin that I've placed in my... in my.
There's a very thin line between pleasure and pain.
Oh boy, we have to move on. So please subscribe to our Patreon page if you want to listen to those episodes.
Here's something that's not at all painful, but completely pleasurable, Patrick.
Oh, what's going to happen?
I know. You don't
This is
know.
such a mystery to me.
We have a giveaway.
Hooray! I'm so glad you said that.
As you mentioned at the top of the episode, I am recently back from Walt Disney World.
It's true.
And I picked up a little giveaway for all of our listeners.
Not so little, Adam. It is a big giveaway.
Yeah, the shipping's going to cost more than the item itself.
You did not consider the pain I go through in shipping these items out.
I considered it.
As per usual. I'm
I
sure that you
considered
did.
it.
You considered
I'm
it and were like,
Patrick will love this.
now, does this come in a bigger size? I've said that so many times.
We actually have 2 items this week,
We do have 2 items.
and they're both from the Disney parks. You picked up one item. I picked up the other item.
I did. Here's the thing about Adam and Patrick. Patrick knew this was going to be a holiday episode giveaway, and so he picked up a holiday item.
Yeah.
A Christmas time item, to be specific.
Yeah.
Adam picked up a Halloween item.
Well, here was my thinking. It's actually going to be post-holiday.
Okay, so it's closer to Halloween.
Yes. So by the time the person actually receives the item,
Got it.
the holidays will be over.
Well, aren't you clever?
And who doesn't love celebrating the Haunted Mansion?
This is fair. This is fair. Tell the kids what we're talking about, Adam.
Okay, so first up, Patrick was very smart to pick up a Disney Parks Collection Mickey and Minnie holiday pin set. They are adorable, also glittery.
Very glittery, very cute. They're holding candy canes as though they're golf clubs.
They are.
Isn't it adorable?
And they're all decked out in their 2019 holiday wear. Red, green, black and white buffalo plaid.
It's true. I have that same outfit that Minnie's wearing.
There'll be a picture of the pin set on our Instagram at GDTD Podcast.
You'll be the envy of everyone at your holiday parties this year.
And the second item we're giving away is a Disney Parks The Haunted Mansion Seance Circle Diorama Kit.
I love that word diorama.
You have to put it together. We are not doing that for you. That's part of the joy, though.
It's true.
It, of course, features Madame Leota in her crystal ball floating above the seance table.
It's really lovely. Very detailed.
You know, I almost went to school for scenic design, so this really spoke to me. I love a little model of a set.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly what it is like, isn't it?
It's a little set of the Haunted Mansion.
I mean, I guess that's what the word diorama means, so I should have put that together, shouldn't I have?
So how do people enter to win, Patrick?
I have no idea, to be very clear.
I'll tell you.
Okay, great.
To enter to win both of these items, you must follow us on Instagram at GDTD Podcast.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. And under the post featuring the image of the pin set and the diorama, tag 3 of your Disney-loving friends, and you're entered to win. It's just that easy.
So easy.
Now, if you want to receive an extra entry, repost our post or add it to your stories and tag us at GDTD Podcast.
Tag us, please.
We will be accepting entries until 6 o'clock p.m. on Friday, December 27th. The winner will be contacted via DM shortly after that and announced on our Monday, December 30th episode.
So exciting.
Should we do a disclaimer that this giveaway is in no way affiliated with Disney or Instagram?
We should always give that disclaimer, shouldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We never have before, have we?
We haven't.
Did we get sued and I didn't know it?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, dear.
Gays Do the D 2020 is all about legal disclaimers.
Got it. We're getting litigious.
Uh-huh. I've got another disclaimer for you, Patrick.
Please tell me what it is, Adam.
Here comes the news.
Oh, boy. After that, I'd like to disclaim you.
I'd like to run down a list of everything the news may or may not cause. Death. Erectile dysfunction.
Drippy butt.
Mouth sore.
Loss of elbows.
Melancholy.
Erratic hand jiving.
Here we go again.
I've got some Frozen news for you. So Frozen 2 has officially become the 6th Disney movie to cross the $1 billion globally mark this year.
I may be stating the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money.
It's a hefty chunk of change. A little pocket change for Disney, though. So this makes Frozen 2 the 3rd Disney animations film to reach the $1 billion mark, and the 7th biggest animated film ever to date. Also to date, Frozen 2 is the 8th highest grossing movie of the year, breaking all kinds of box office records, including the highest grossing animated movie ever in the month of November and during the 5-day Thanksgiving weekend. It is also the highest grossing animated sequel for Disney ever. The other 5 movies to surpass the $1 billion mark this year are The Avengers Endgame, Aladdin, Toy Story 4, The Lion King, and Captain Marvel. It should be noted that earlier this December, Disney has officially become the first studio in history to surpass $10 billion worldwide. And that was before Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker opened.
It should also be noted that we actually liked a majority of those movies. Which
did.
for us is like...
We gave almost all of those movies a great review.
How about that?
Except for Lion King. But
Yeah.
we didn't give it a terrible review.
No.
We just gave it an I don't care about you review.
That's right.
Man alive.
Which is really the worst kind of review you can receive. I say either
It's
go
the
out on
worst.
top or go out as the worst. But that middle range, you don't
Yeah.
want to be in that range.
Ick, who needs it?
Yeah.
Who needs it? That's so much money. That's so much money.
What would you do with $10 billion?
I'd swim in it probably first.
So many paper cuts.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. No, it would be coins.
Ouch.
Like Scrooge McDuck.
Ouch.
I'd figure out a way to make it happen.
You know, if he actually dove into those coins,
Blah, blah, blah.
he would not be able to swim through them. He would be in a hospital.
He would break his neck on impact.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well, there's your Christmas meal. We're serving Doc.
Wow. I'm serving duck. Scrooge McDuck.
I've got some transportation news for you, Patrick.
Ooh, vroom vroom.
Coach USA, owner and operator of the Disneyland Resort Express Airport Shuttle Bus Service, announced last week that its last day of service to Disneyland Resort will be January 7th, 2020.
Uh-oh.
According to a December 18th The Orange County Register article, the bus service, which shuttled guests between LAX and the Disneyland Resort and John Wayne Airport and the Disneyland Resort, was a popular alternative to rental cars and ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft for families traveling with small children.
Interesting.
It makes sense, right? Like families don't want to have to bring a car seat with them on vacation.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they would utilize the bus service to get them to and from the resort.
Absolutely.
But no longer.
Can't do it.
We considered taking the shuttle when we went to Disneyland.
Well, I brought it up and you shut it down immediately.
I hadn't heard good things about it.
It's true. Yeah.
It's not like the Magical Express in Walt Disney World. I think it tends to be a little bit more unreliable.
And time-consuming, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I've seen pictures also, and it wasn't the cleanest bus in the world.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So, hey, Aaron, I have a hot tip for you. Get yourself a lift. Each holiday season, cast members from Walt Disney World collect toys to donate to Toys for Tots, which provides toys to children in need and without the resources to receive gifts over the holidays. Over the years, these volunteers have donated over 430,000 toys. This year alone, they were able to collect 30,000 toys. They have also contributed over 4,000 hours of volunteer time to help sort and distribute the toys. The Walt Disney Company's support and involvement with Toys for Tots dates all the way back to 1947. Walt Disney himself contributed some artwork to the company, including the iconic red train that is now used as the logo for Toys for Tots. Very cool.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either until I read that. I was like, whoa, how did we not know that before? Disney's everywhere. Everywhere. So, though the holiday season is almost over, it is never too late to donate. You can learn more about the organization and ways to get involved by visiting toysfortots.org.
I'm going to pull back the curtain on Gaze Do the D for a moment.
Oh.
I never know how to respond to these feel-good stories because my natural inclination is to make a joke, and it's not really appropriate in this situation.
Or to fully fall asleep during it.
One of the two.
Got it.
Usually happens.
We should start an organization called Winks for Twinks.
Winks for Twinks.
Or Stares for Bears.
I think both of those are great suggestions.
It's very giving on our part.
It's very giving on our part.
And I hope it'll be well received. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Adam, do you think that you would get a wink or a stare?
I'm what's known as a bear twink rising.
Is that your astrological sign?
That's my astrological sign. I present bear, but emotionally...
But you rise for twinks?
I'm twink.
Got it. This took a real turn from Toys for Tots. I'm okay with it, though.
And it also addressed my need for a joke. So
that's my gift to you, Adam.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I think I'm a seal with elephant tendencies, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about that trunk.
Smooth with a trunk.
There's no junk in that trunk.
Hairless trunk.
It can grab things. It can slap you.
It can choke you just right, like in a good way. Good choke.
And it's often hunted for its tusks.
You're hunted for your tusks?
Yeah.
Where are your tusks?
Well, let me move this pin and I'll show you.
Patrick, I've got some transportation news for you.
Wait a minute.
I'm doubling down.
On
the transportation news. There's a theme to my news
Have
this
we gone
episode.
Back in time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guests flying into Orlando International Airport for Walt Disney World vacations may soon have another mode of transportation to the resort.
Zipline.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I would absolutely do that.
People carrying their luggage on a zip line?
And babies.
According to a December 17th Orlando Sentinel article, Brightline, soon to be renamed Virgin Trains USA, the only privately owned, operated, and maintained passenger rail system in the United States, and the Walt Disney Company have confirmed advanced talks for a station on or near theme park property as part of a route to Tampa.
Unpack that for me. I don't even know what you just said to me.
There were a lot of commas in that sentence.
Yes.
So basically, Virgin Trains USA and Walt Disney World are in advanced talks to open a train station that would take guests from the airport to the resort. Got
it. Will this train station be open before the Walt Disney World train is up and running again?
No.
Okay, great.
No. Disney released an official statement regarding the project, stating, as the top vacation destination and largest single-site employer in the United States, Walt Disney World Resort is an obvious choice for a rail station between Orlando International Airport and Tampa. We have not yet made any definitive commitment. We have mutually agreed to more formally explore developing a train station on our property.
I mean, if this happens, it sounds really cool.
Convenient, right?
Very convenient, which means it'll be $800 a ticket.
Yeah, I didn't think about the cost.
Yeah. That minivan is so expensive to take.
Very expensive. Also, I was thinking, do you think this means the demise of Magical Express? So would guests have to take a train to the resort, and then once you're in the resort, you would just take like regular Disney shuttles to your hotel?
I imagine that's what they'll do if it happens. But who can say? Unless they do charge for it and then they still want to offer that free transportation of using the bus.
Right.
Which would make more sense to me, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know what the cost-benefit analysis projection charts
I've just run the numbers, Adam, and it's 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
interesting.
So there we go.
Interesting. Is that good or bad for? I don't know.
Yes.
Yep.
Is the answer.
Great.
Mm-hmm. We've solved it.
I'd like some more projection analysis from focus groups first. And I'd like to run the numbers with accounting and develop a spreadsheet that hones in on our project management skill set derivatives.
You have no idea what you're saying right now, do you?
This is how I talk at work during the day.
You said a lot of words that are words, but strung together aren't real sentences.
Yep.
Okay. Good for you.
But I fooled them all, didn't I?
That's basically a full episode of Gays Do the Tea.
Yep.
A lot of words that don't go together.
Yep.
Adam,
Patrick,
you've returned from Florida and somehow have managed to escape the sun. You're looking paler than ever.
I knew you were going to comment on that.
Not a drop of pigment on you.
Well, December in Orlando is a very different beast, Patrick.
Is it though?
It's not as direct of sunlight, and also SPF 70 on my puss.
I imagine on your puss. I imagine you were wearing just mayonnaise, covering your face, and a sunbonnet.
Well, I like it because it's protection and a snack. Yeah. Some heat-baked mayonnaise on your face.
Yeah, just dip that Mickey pretzel in it and you're good to go.
So good, so tasty.
Well, now that we've offended everybody, welcome back, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be back.
So what this means is we have a full episode dedicated to Adam and Matthew's trip to Walt Disney World.
It's just as it should be.
It is just as it should be. And I have to say, based on the texts you sent me and all of the DMs that people sent you, you had an amazing, amazing trip.
We had a fantastic time as always.
The Tweedledees love you, sir. I have to say, they reached out in full force to meet you.
Not really.
Yes, they did. I've read a lot of the DMs, Adam.
Not really.
Okay, very humble.
I got to meet a few people.
Yeah.
But actually, fewer people than usual.
Oh.
I think they saw that you weren't there, and so they were like, why even bother?
I don't know, man. When I'm there, not one person DMs to meet me, so let's be clear. Maybe it needs to be both of us in the park at the same time that people resonate to.
I think so. Also, I did not post really any pictures this trip.
I noticed.
It was a conscious choice on my part. I was like, you know what? Let's just relax. Let's kind of stay off our phone as much as possible and enjoy the experience.
Now, why don't you do that when you're here recording, Adam?
Provide me with an enjoyable
I
experience.
was just going to say, there's not one
And
thing
I
to
will
enjoy.
do
Well, let's dig into your trip, sir. Anything off the top that you want to cover right away, or should we just dig into some questions I have for you?
Well, I mean, how do you want to handle this, right? Like,
With gloves.
do you naturally?
Yeah.
Protection is key.
It is, folks.
Do you want to address the giant bantha in the room first? Or
I
do you want to...
I think we ought to. I think
Okay.
we all know
Yeah.
that you got to ride Rise of the Resistance.
I did. It's not a big deal. Whatever.
Whatever. Who cares? I'm the same. I'm the same. Treat me the same.
I'm just like you. I'm just like everyone out there.
It's true. It's true. Okay, so tell us as much as you can without necessarily spoiling the ride for those of us who want to keep a fresh perspective when they go on it.
I would never spoil the ride, first of all. I'm not that person. Except I will say the moment when Kylo on the ride is exceptional.
I don't think we can say that.
Oh, you can't say that?
No, you spoiled my appetite.
Oh, okay.
You spoiled the episode.
Okay.
And our viewership.
I'll also say the moment when he is truly breathtaking.
What a rhyme.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right. Okay. So let me tell you about the experience because it actually has changed since I've been there now.
What?
Everyone knows about the boarding groups, I think.
Well, I know that they exist, but I don't actually know how they work.
Okay.
So walk us through that quickly.
I'll tell you about my experience, and then we'll talk about how they've changed going forward, or at least for the foreseeable future.
Great.
So my boyfriend Matthew and I went down, and we made it a priority to get on the ride. Mm-hmm. We actually flew down on a Saturday, and then that next Sunday morning, we got up very early to experience Rise of the Resistance.
Right.
I woke up at 3 a.m. and we were at Disney's Hollywood Studios by 4:30 a.m.
And were there many people there along with you?
There were about 100 people there at that moment.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and we were all standing outside of security
Got
at Disney's
it.
Hollywood Studios.
So you hadn't yet even made it to the ticket gates.
That's right.
Okay.
By the time they opened up security, which I want to say was around 5:30 a.m., so we waited outside of security for about an hour, there were easily 1,000 people or more
Oh, wow.
outside. I mean, it was very crowded.
Yeah.
And once they opened security, we got through security, and we were probably in the first, I would say, 100 people that were going to be able to go through the gate. And at that time, you could not get a boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance until you were actually inside the park.
Okay. And now, were the buses running that early, or did you have to take a lift?
I actually wasn't paying attention to the buses. We did take a lift.
Okay.
But interestingly, the Skyliner was running.
Wow.
Yeah, so guests who were staying on a Skyliner resort could have accessed Hollywood Studios via that.
Good job, Disney.
Yeah, so I'm sure buses were running. I just wasn't aware of it. I was very focused on the goal.
Got it.
You know, so we got through security and we were waiting for the park to open, and the park was scheduled to open at 7 a.m., but the park actually opened at 6:20 a.m. And we got through the gates, and I immediately hopped on the app and joined a boarding group for both me and Matthew. And we ended up being in boarding group 11 for the day, which was not bad at all.
So the app opens up right when they open the gates, basically.
The option to join a boarding group does.
Okay.
It's very similar to Disneyland, how you can't really access fast passes until you get through the gate.
Sure.
Same kind of setup.
Okay.
So once you get through the gate and you're in the park, the join boarding group button becomes active for you.
Once your ticket has scanned in, basically.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Something to note, though, is that you can't take your party's magic bands and scan them for them. It has to be the fingerprint situation, so they have to be in the park with you. Everyone in your party has to be inside the park for them to join your boarding group.
Oh, okay, so you can't be the early one there and be like, my party isn't here yet, but they are part of my group. They have to
Right.
be in the park, scanned in, officially there.
Yep.
Cool.
So as I said, we were in boarding group 11. And the cool thing was we had time then. And because the park was open, that meant all the rides were open. So Matthew and I, while we were waiting to actually access the queue for Rise of the Resistance, went on Tower of Terror, and no one else was on it with us.
I saw that. That was the one thing you did post, and it was really funny to see.
And so creepy. Like, I thought that ride was creepy with people in the cart, but when it's just two people,
I can't even imagine.
and how quiet it gets,
Yeah.
I don't care for it, Patrick.
But you're going to have that video forever. That's a really cool thing to have of just the two of you in the center of the ride. Only you two.
It was really fun.
I love it.
Very scary.
I bet.
And by the time we got off that ride, then our boarding group was called.
Cool.
And when your boarding group is called, at least the way it was when we were there, you had then had 2 hours to enter the queue for the ride.
Oh, that's a decent amount of time. And so does that pop up as like a text message, or does it pop up in the app and you just have to continually check the app?
Yeah, if you have your app set for alerts, an alert will come up on your phone saying your boarding group is now ready.
Okay, cool.
And so we hightailed it over to Galaxy's Edge, got in the queue, no problem. You basically scan in like you do a fast pass. And then we were in the queue for about 20 minutes, I would say. It's a very extensive queue.
Okay.
So you're walking through a lot of rooms, and then there was a holding room for a while, and then we accessed the ride.
Amazing. So that holding room is an open floor, basically, kind of like the Millennium Falcon, or?
It's similar to that. Yep.
Okay. And is everyone in that room on the same ride then, or do they split you up again?
There may be a couple of different holding rooms. I'm not really certain.
Oh, okay.
But everyone who was in our room went on the attraction with us.
Got it. Okay.
But there's several different parts to the attraction, several different experiences within it, and you kind of get pared down as you go through it. So when you're eventually in the ride cars themselves, you're in a group of about 12 to 15 people, I would say.
So people have been disappeared like Willy Wonka.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not worthy of the ride.
Got it.
And so they're eliminated as you go along.
It's a chocolate factory situation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So before I get into the ride experience itself, I'll just tell you now that that boarding group system has changed. And so now you can't get onto a boarding group until the park officially opens. So they may let you into the park early, but if the park open time is scheduled for 7 a.m., that's when the boarding groups will become available.
Oh.
So I guess they're allowing people into the Hollywood Boulevard section of Disney's Hollywood Studios, kind of where they would hold you for Slinky Dog if you were trying to get to Slinky Dog right at park open.
Like a traditional rope drop.
Yep.
Okay.
And so the Starbucks will be open and the
Right.
stores might be open, but you'll be held there until the park officially opens. And that's when the boarding groups will become available. And that's when all of the rest of the rides will open too.
So you still don't have to run to that ride, though. You can just be in the park anywhere and access the boarding groups.
Which is so nice, Patrick.
That needs to be the way it is all the time.
Yes. Either let it be a fast pass that you can access before your trip, right?
Yeah.
Or do this boarding group situation, which eliminates so much stress.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll say this maybe is a sensitive thing of me to say, but like for folks who can't run, or you're not supposed to run, but like walk quickly, they can't get to the ride that early for the rope drop, so they don't have a fighting chance to get on the ride.
Right.
So this makes it available for anyone, which is a great idea.
When we were there and we were able to access the boarding group prior to the official park opening, the boarding groups were gone within an hour, I would say, for the entire day.
That's what I've been hearing. Like, if you're not in the park, though, and accessing the app within that first hour, you're simply not going to get on the ride that day.
That's right. And I think the same holds true for the way they're doing boarding groups now, too. You need to be in the park when those boarding groups become available because they'll be gone within the hour.
That's insanity. But, I mean, it makes sense because they've timed out, I'm sure, how many rides they can do in one day.
Right.
And that's it. Like, you can't fit in anybody else.
They do have backup boarding groups now, I guess.
Oh, like you're on standby?
I think so. And I think it's for if the ride is running exceptionally well.
Sure.
Then they may be able to have more boarding groups join for that day.
Okay.
So that's an option too. If you're not able to get the initial boarding group offering, I guess now there's these backup groups that you can have to be kind of on standby.
That makes me think that they're doing it right then, that they're adding in time for the ride to break down just in case. You know, they're giving themselves a little buffer, which is smart to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a full hour dedicated to how to get on the ride.
It's true.
Oh, boy.
So let's talk about the ride itself.
Yes, please.
I obviously won't spoil anything for you.
Yeah, but here's how the ride ends.
Here's an entire walkthrough of the experience. You can obviously watch videos online.
They're everywhere, and I have avoided them at all costs.
As did I. But it's really funny. I was thinking when I got off the ride, I had just been to Universal for Halloween Horror Nights, and I had ridden Hagrid's Magical Motorbike Adventure.
Right.
And I came back and I was like, this is the premier attraction in Orlando.
Right. Nothing's going to be better than this.
Guess what?
Uh-oh.
There's a new premier attraction in Orlando.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
And it's called Rise of the Resistance. But it's really thrilling that in the same year, we've had these two huge rides open up in different parks. But it's nice, this kind of competition that's going on right now.
Yeah.
I know there'll kind of be a dry spell now after this because both parks have kind of blown their wads on these two areas.
Yeah, that's a gross phrase, but yeah. Well, we do have Tron coming up, too.
We do have Tron coming up, yeah.
Okay.
And all of the Epcot attractions as well.
Yeah, so there's more wads to be blown.
You're right. More wads. More wads coming. More wads coming.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, on to Rise of the Resistance.
Yes.
All right, so this attraction is exciting. It's thrilling. It is a little bit intimidating, I'm going to tell you. And a large portion of that has to do with the cast members that are working the attraction.
Okay.
I had no idea that they were going to be so integral to the story.
Wow.
And they really do provide a lot of the ride's energy and excitement. And as I said, they can also be intimidating because there's some first order cast members in the ride as well. So they really do make it a really fun experience. And I'm hoping that Hollywood Studios is able to maintain that level of enthusiasm in the cast members.
Okay, so do you think they hired actors then to be those ride handlers?
I wouldn't say necessarily they hired actors.
Okay.
But they definitely must have pursued cast members that have more experience or are more willing to kind of go the distance to deliver the story.
Great.
And as I said, too, there's multiple experiences in the one attraction, right? So this ride is a dark ride. There's screens in the ride.
Ooh.
And there's simulator moments in the ride. So there's moments where you're going through rooms, and there's moments where you're staring at a screen, and there's moments where you're going through rooms and screens are incorporated. It's multi-layered and next-level technology.
Amazing.
One of our listeners named Kevin, who you can find on Instagram at Gray-Eyed Wolfie, reached out to me when I was down there. And he had said, have you gone on the ride yet? And I said, I just went on it that morning. And he said, wasn't it amazing? We were talking back and forth. And he said, there are more reveals in Rise of the Resistance than the Drag Race finale. And he's absolutely right. Like, doors open up and suddenly you're in these giant, completely immersive, totally themed out Star Wars rooms.
Yeah.
And it is breathtaking. I will say that my breath was taken.
Take my breath away.
Yeah. And the way you access room to room varies too. Like sometimes you're walking from a room to a room. Sometimes you're in a queue situation. So you're like, is this a line or is this part of the experience? Sometimes you're in a cart, going through like a dark ride scenario.
Like a shopping cart?
Yep, just like a shopping cart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think most people at this point know the general story is that you're a member of the Resistance and you get captured by the First Order and are taken onto a First Order Star Destroyer.
Right.
Everyone's seen the room, right, with all of the stormtroopers lined up?
Yes.
The way in which you access that room is shocking. And that room made me cry.
Aww.
I was not expecting that to happen. I mean, I tend to be pretty weepy at new attractions that are done really well anyway.
Uh-huh.
But stepping into that room shocked me, and I just started bawling.
Aww. What a baby. I never cry, so I don't know what that's like.
I know.
Just kidding. I made coffee and cried. It smelled so good.
That room is much larger than you think it is.
Okay.
It is very intimidating. And the cast members who are working there who represent the First Order are intentionally trying to intimidate you.
Ooh.
Another thing that really surprised me about that room was how quiet it was. Like, there's music playing, but it's so big and cavernous, and it's really just something I've never experienced before on an attraction.
I literally have goosebumps right now thinking about it. Oh, I'm so excited.
I can't wait for you to ride this.
I can't wait. A couple of weeks. I'll be there.
And again, I know I'm harping on this, but going back to the cast members, there was a moment when Matthew and I were standing online to access one portion of the attraction, and we were smiling at what we were looking at because it was so incredibly well done. And some of the First Order troopers came over to us and were like berating us for smiling and saying how we shouldn't be smiling because this is a very serious situation we're in.
Yeah.
Like, I just loved the fact that they were so committed to delivering the story like that.
That's so cool.
And the ride finishes then with an extensive dark ride where you're in a dark ride vehicle. And the things you see and the things you experience are like no ride I've ever been on before. The level of detail is amazing. It's a trackless ride. And it's just something we don't have in the parks in the States, but now we do.
Amazing. It's happened.
It's a perfect blend of dark ride screens, simulators. Like, there's so many different elements to this ride. I can see how it breaks down very easily because if one portion doesn't work, the whole thing has to stop.
Sure.
But it is truly like Disney has taken all of the things that they've learned from rides that only have one of those elements and combine them to form this kind of perfect experience.
It sounds like a magic trick, right? Where they're distracting you over here so that they can reveal something over here. You know what I mean?
So many reveals. Kevin is absolutely right. There's just so many doors opening up and shocking things that you see. It's really phenomenal.
So what I'm hearing is get on this ride if you can, but don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, who cares?
If you don't get on it, it's not a big deal.
Go on Alien Swirling Saucers instead.
Your favorite.
My favorite ride. Ugh. Ugh. Well, great. I'm so glad you got on it. I knew you would, but I know that you have been looking forward to this since you were born.
Yes.
Basically.
That's right. Yeah.
So good for you. So everything after that was basically a letdown, yeah?
Why are we even going to talk about anything else?
That's all we have today, folks. Bye.
Bye. Just kidding.
All right, let's talk about the holidays and the parks that you experienced.
Let's do that.
Any highlights or things that you had not seen before? Because you've been in the parks over the holidays before.
2 years ago, Matthew and I went together for the first time for Christmas, yeah.
That's right. Was it pretty similar, or were there a lot of changes? What did you think?
Just overall, a statement I'd like to make is that it was very crowded.
Oh.
And I assume it was because we were there the week before Christmas. 2 years ago, we had gone 2 weeks before Christmas, and it seemed a little bit more quiet.
Sure.
I wanted to avoid that time this year because of the Pop Warner cheerleading competition that was going on during that time.
Ah, yes.
But I probably should have gone during the Pop Warner cheerleading competition because it seems like it would have been a bit more quiet. The parks were very crowded. A lot of dogs in the parks.
Interesting.
A lot more dogs than I've ever seen before.
Weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
And very few of them wearing service animal vests, so I don't know what that was about. Yeah.
Was there a dog show happening?
I don't think so.
Weird. Well, I have to believe that the mix of it being the holidays, which is generally busy
Right.
any year, with the opening of this brand new sort of landmark attraction,
Right.
had to do with it being just overpopulated, I'm sure.
Yeah. Crowded, but not unmanageable, particularly because we know how to work Disney, right?
Work.
But for those who don't know and are just kind of going in blind, I can't imagine how difficult it must have been for them to like get on anything.
Yeah, overwhelming. I can't
Yeah.
recommend going to Disney for the first time over the holidays.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, unless that's your only opportunity, then
Sure.
of course, you do what you need to do. But boy, oh boy, that sounds like a nightmare to me.
And I realize I'm saying this in a very privileged place because I have been frequently.
Right.
And I know what I want to hit, and I know the best times to hit those particular attractions, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's true, if you have not been before, the holidays are maybe not the time to go if you can avoid it.
Got it. Did you do Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party?
We did.
You did.
Yes, we did.
Talk about it.
We went on the very last night we were there, and there had been a threat of rain all day.
Uh-oh.
And it wasn't raining. And Matthew and I were high-fiving each other like we were lords of the manor.
What? Okay.
Like we had somehow managed to figure out how to avoid the rain.
Yes, you made the rain not happen.
That's right.
Got it.
But about 8 o'clock, it started pouring rain.
That kind of rain where it feels like it's coming from the ground up.
It was terrible, Patrick.
Yeah.
It was Mickey's very moisty Christmas party.
Ooh, never say that again.
Yep. So this was our only shot at experiencing Magic Kingdom on our trip. We just decided to use the Christmas party as that night to experience the Magic Kingdom.
You hadn't gone the entire trip? You were there for so long.
Yeah, we had just focused on Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom up until that point.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we used the Christmas party as our Magic Kingdom night.
Got it.
And we were able to go on all of the outdoor attractions before it started raining.
Oh, good.
Which we kind of lucked out at. Like we had no idea if it was going to rain or not, even though there was a threat of it.
Right.
But about 8 o'clock, it started lightning and storming terribly.
Oh, no.
And we were waiting in the queue for Space Mountain while it was raining. Matthew wrote it. I did not. I opted out at the last second.
Just going to say, I don't believe you went on Space Mountain for a minute, Adam.
Yeah, my back. But I opted out at the last second. And by the time we got out of Space Mountain, it was pouring. And I have to say, Tomorrowland must have no drainage in it whatsoever.
Yeah, it gets swampy there.
We were walking through puddles. Our shoes were soaked. I mean, it turned miserable quickly.
Yeah.
So at that point, it then became dodging in and out of indoor attractions to kind of stay dry, which I don't even know why we were bothering because we were already soaked. We had ponchos, fortunately, but we were just dripping. They ended up canceling the first parade because of the rain and the threat of lightning.
Oh, bummer.
And then everywhere we went, we could see cast members like taking down the candy canes where the cookies were being offered.
Oh,
and,
no.
Yeah, we just knew it was like, this is over. Like, this is clearly over. But we decided to stick it out for a little bit longer in the hopes that we would still be able to see the fireworks show. Like maybe the rain would let up a little bit.
Sure, it's your last night there. What do you have to lose?
Right. And fortunately, the rain did let up, and we were able to experience Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks.
Oh, good.
Which were the brand new fireworks they had for the holiday party this year.
Amazing. Now, do you think the rain chased a lot of people away?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I mean, was sad for them. But
yeah, it was sad for them. It was sad for everybody who was still there because everybody was just soaked.
Yeah.
But there's something really magical still about being in the Magic Kingdom and having so few people there.
Well, and who's left are the diehard fans who truly, truly need to be there.
Yeah, there's something really special about being able to walk right up Main Street and just stand in the hub and watch fireworks unencumbered by like anyone around you.
Absolutely.
Like I could fully have stretched out my arms and like even swayed and hit no one.
Oh, there's so much room for activities.
I know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was able to dance to the music.
Ooh.
So the fireworks show is phenomenal. They did an incredible job with it. It obviously features projection mapping on the castle. So festive, so fun. The music was great. It's really fun to be listening to Paul McCartney and Wings' version of Wonderful Christmas Time as you're standing there getting soaked and like watching this amazing nighttime spectacular. But it was really, really beautiful and really well done.
Just shivering and crying.
Yep.
And
Yep. This is so festive.
Ah, the holidays.
I love it. But it was a really wonderful addition to the party. It's fun to see projections on the castle when they aren't necessarily trying to tell a story and just look pretty instead.
Sure.
Like, I like Happily Ever After,
yeah,
but I'm often torn between whether I should be watching the story that's on the castle or the fireworks happening.
Yeah.
And for Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time fireworks, they kind of worked better together. Like, it was just more about being beautiful rather than trying to convey a story.
Sure. You weren't missing anything if you were looking somewhere else.
Right.
That's cool.
So that was a great addition. Matthew, as I said, went on Space Mountain, and he said the holiday overlay was kind of wah-wah. It was just like lights and music and not really anything projected on the dome on the inside.
Like just like red and green lights flashing?
Pretty much.
Oh, weird.
He said you were very aware of the track, which he found very disappointing.
Oh, yeah. I would much rather do the Halloween blackout version.
Right.
That would be a lot scarier.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Yeah, the holidays just doesn't need to be in Space Mountain, I feel like.
He said it was fine. It just wasn't what he was expecting, and he wished it had been a little bit more technologically advanced.
Yeah.
But I know that Disney World Space Mountain doesn't necessarily have the capabilities that Disneyland's does.
It's just not set up in that they can screen map anything or projection map anything.
But maybe they'll get there at some point.
Or not. I mean, just leave it as Space Mountain. Don't need to mess with it, really. I don't know. That's my opinion. I wonder why they don't projection map onto Space Mountain.
Yeah.
It feels like a beautiful canvas to do stuff just outside of it.
It does. I feel like they do that at Disneyland because I feel like one time I was there and I saw it crumbling, like it looked like it was falling apart.
Oh, funny.
During the Halloween party.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they'll get around to that too. Something for the 50th.
Who can say?
So Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party was a bit of a washout for us.
Literally.
We ended up leaving shortly after the fireworks.
Okay.
We kind of walked down Main Street, hit a couple of shops, then headed outside the park. But then to our surprise, as we were leaving, we were handed a voucher.
Oh.
That indicated that our tickets for that evening had been converted into a one-day ticket for a future entry into a Disney park in the United States.
At any point?
At any point in the next calendar year.
Well, that's nice.
And something they didn't need to do, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone knows going into a special ticketed event that there's a chance that things could be canceled.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was because so many things were canceled within this one party that they ended up giving us this voucher.
Well, I think Disney's been realizing more and more that it's so easy for them to do something like that seems such a grand gesture. But in reality, I mean, the tickets alone to a Disney park are not where they're making all their money. They're making money on food and merch, basically. I may be speaking out of turn when I say that, but so it costs them very little to do such an extravagant gesture like that.
I agree. And I'm also curious how many people will actually take advantage of that, right? Like they've made their money.
Right.
For some people, this could have been their one shot to experience the party or to be in the Magic Kingdom for the year. Mm-hmm. And so that opportunity is no longer available to them.
Right.
So it makes sense that they would do something like this.
Yeah, come back and see us.
So while the party was a disappointment because of the weather, there was still that element of, well, we have nothing to lose in this moment. You know?
Right, yeah, for sure.
We're soaked, so we did actually have a really good time at it.
Good, I'm glad.
As far as other holiday experiences we got to enjoy while we were down there, we got to see the Disney Springs Christmas Tree Trail.
Oh, fun.
Which is always so beautiful.
Yeah, that's something on my bucket list.
They themed the trees to different attractions and different movies. It's really great. Mm-hmm. A great walkthrough experience at Disney Springs if you happen to be there.
Good.
We also got to experience the new Merry Menagerie and holiday decor at Animal Kingdom.
Ooh, that's
really beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's a great addition. Those puppets that they've created that kind of look like old world crafted wood carved puppets.
Yeah.
It's a really nice addition to walk into Animal Kingdom, and once you get through the initial paths through the jungle, those animals are there kind of in the merchandise area. It's just a nice addition to the park as a kind of way to plus it and bring in the holidays.
For sure. This is the first year that Animal Kingdom is doing a pushed effort to celebrate the holidays. So that's really cool that you got to see that.
Yeah, they've always done decorations, but they've kind of been very minimal, I would say, aside from the tree in the entrance.
Right.
So this was a nice way to kind of plus that experience.
Cool.
And then we also got to experience the Festival of the Holidays at Epcot.
Delightful.
It was delightful and delicious.
Ooh.
I'm going to tell you about a treat that changed my life, Patrick.
Great.
And it took me 2 tries to get it because they were sold out of it on the first attempt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's that popular. Mm-hmm. It is a gingerbread and caramel cookie sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
It can be found in the Germany Pavilion in caramel couche. Mm-hmm. And it is delicious.
I've heard good things.
If you love a salty and sweet combo, and this is mega sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so tasty. So that would be my one recommendation if you can only grab one little treat from the World Showcase. Grab that cookie sandwich and bring me one too.
I'm in a food thought coma right now thinking about it.
Yeah.
I need one.
Moving on from the holiday elements in Epcot, I got to experience the Epcot Experience in the Odyssey Events Pavilion.
Isn't that so great?
What a great kind of pep rally.
Yeah.
For what Epcot is going to become.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives me a lot of hope for what they're going to do because the artistry in that room is so beautiful and magical. It's just like, I only need this maybe. I don't know. This is great. Just show me the model of it. That's all I need.
It's about like 15 minutes long, right? To go through the full sequence, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and you can pop in and out at any point during it too. You're not missing anything necessarily.
Yeah. Just grab a cocktail and stand there and watch what's going to be coming because it is truly inspirational and very, very exciting.
Absolutely. It's beautiful.
It's also a great example of what Circle Vision 360 is going to become.
Oh, man.
Because that level of detail projected on those screens is phenomenal.
And the fact that they're doing this beautiful projection mapping in such a small area, they are changing the game in what they can do now. It's amazing.
So if you happen to be in Epcot, be sure to stop by the Odyssey Events Pavilion because that's not to be missed, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And there's some really wonderful photo spots in that area, too.
So cute.
Aren't they adorable?
Those were so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have PhotoPass, make sure you get those photos.
I met Daniel, who is from Germany, there, and we took some fun photos of us. It looks like we're standing on top of Spaceship Earth.
Yes.
I love that photo. It's so cool.
Yeah, those are great. I also got to experience Epcot Forever, the new nighttime spectacular. Mm-hmm. Did you do this when you were down there?
I missed it. I just couldn't get it into my schedule.
If you're a diehard Epcot fan, in particular if you had been there pre-90s,
Sure.
I think this is something that you'll not want to miss. If you have an attachment to Epcot and you were there as a child, this might be something you want to experience. I don't know if it would be as meaningful to those who maybe didn't get to experience the first couple versions of Epcot.
That's what I've heard, that it doesn't necessarily make sense to a lot of people. It's just like, what? I don't know this song, so it just means nothing to me.
Right. It features songs from attractions from Epcot's past.
Right.
And then some beautiful lighted kites that are powered by people in jet skis in the World Showcase Lagoon.
Right.
I don't really know how to describe them other than it looks like a lighted sea creature floating above the lagoon. It's really, really well done.
Cool.
And I'm not trying to like dissuade anyone from experiencing this because it is really fun, but it is heavily focused on Epcot's past.
Right.
And it's a great kind of transitional spectacular between Illuminations and what's to come.
It's a filler show right now.
It's a filler show. And I really enjoyed it.
Good. Hopefully I'll get to see it when I'm there in a couple of weeks. I'll have some more time to spend at night in the parks.
Yeah, I think you should check it out. I think you'd like it. And then something surprising happened in Epcot.
Uh-oh. Did you have to change your pants?
I had to change my pants.
Okay.
I had to change my pants.
That's a surprise to no one, Adam. It's a surprise to no one.
So two gentlemen who I had met on a previous trip to Disneyland, their names are Mike and Steve, reached out to me, and they are known as the Magic Dads on YouTube. They have their own vlog.
Yes, and a great Instagram as well.
They knew that I was in Walt Disney World, and so they had suggested meeting up for a drink or a meal or something. And it evolved into them inviting Matthew and I to join them at Epcot's Club 33.
Amazing.
Which was so thoughtful and so generous of them. And I think I owe them a kidney now, should they ever need one.
Well, you were clearly the more loved one on the pod, Adam, because I've never been invited to Club 33. Gentlemen, if you're listening. But it's true. Everyone hates me.
So Matthew and I were fortunate enough to join them at Club 33, and they brought their adorable son, Caleb, with them.
Aww.
And yeah, we got to experience Epcot's new Club 33 lounge.
Can you tell us anything about it, or is it sort of a don't talk about it situation?
I can talk about it.
Okay.
I wasn't allowed to take pictures inside.
Sure.
But it is themed after a cruise liner.
Oh, cool.
As everyone knows, Walt was an avid traveler. And so the Epcot Club 33 is themed after kind of a Art Deco cruise liner. There's a lot of wood on the inside and brass. Very beautiful. And there's a beautiful mural on the ceiling that's kind of like an old world map of the world. And the lounge itself features delicious snacks and cocktails. And there's private event rooms in the club as well.
Cool.
It felt very fancy, Patrick, and I felt very out of place there.
Were you wearing like sandals and jorts?
Well, that was one of my concerns when they mentioned going to Club 33. I was like, we have T-shirts and shorts. And fortunately, I'd packed a polo.
Oh.
But they reassured me that it actually is quite casual. You just can't wear like T-shirts with like offensive slogans on them or, you know, common sense stuff.
Got it. So you couldn't wear your T-shirt that had a nude of me on it?
I still wore it under my polo.
Great.
Because I don't like to be apart from you at any given time.
Great.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
No, but it was really lovely. I mean, we got to sit there for a couple of hours and get to know Mike and Steve, which I didn't have a chance to do when I met them in Disneyland because they were vlogging the opening of Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, okay.
And so it was nice to get to know them, to spend time with their adorable son, Caleb, and then just enjoy cocktails and snacks in this really beautiful, quote unquote, exclusive. I mean, it's exclusive.
Yeah, of course
environment that I'll never be invited back to.
You don't know that.
And the staff was exceptional too. And I have to give a shout out to Lily and Kim and Andrew, all of whom took care of us while we were in the lounge.
Fantastic. I have a sneaking suspicion you'll be invited back, Adam. I am not classy enough to receive such an invitation.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Or we could just pay the fee, Patrick, and join ourselves.
You can visit our Patreon page at... That'll never happen.
So again, I just want to say thank you to Mike and Steve and Caleb. You can find Mike and Steve at The Magic Dads on YouTube. And as Patrick mentioned too, they're on Instagram at The Magic Dads.
You know, this is going to sound corny, but it's sort of a testament to if you just put something out there in the world, it may happen for you. Just, you know, be open to surprises and people's generosity, and it'll come at you.
So generous, so thoughtful. Thank you, guys. I will never be able to repay you for that experience.
Thank you on behalf of me as well, because I feel like, Adam, this has been a dream of yours as well. They really made what was already a wonderful vacation just a full-on dream vacation for you. So thank you for doing that for Adam. What a gift.
Yeah, so those are kind of like the highlights of our trip for the holidays. And we got to experience the Skyliner as well, which was great.
Oh, that's right. You hadn't been on it yet.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
what a convenient way to get around the parks. It made me really want to stay at either the Riviera Resort or at Caribbean Beach Resort because it's so convenient now to get to Hollywood Studios or Epcot from those resorts.
Or even Pop Century.
Pop Century, yeah.
Yeah, I might stay there in November. I think I'm going to try to do the half marathon in November because, Adam, a little news outside of the news, it's going to be a villains-themed half marathon for Wine and Dine this year.
That's going to be incredibly popular.
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I think I have to plan to not do anything over the holidays next year. So exciting. Good. I'm glad you got to ride that. It's so quick, isn't it?
Very quick, very convenient. There was no wait. I mean, those carts are just flying out of those stations and you're off.
Did you experience what I experienced where you could hear full conversations when someone passed you by?
I did not, and I was listening for that.
Okay.
But I didn't notice any conversations.
I wonder if it was just in a weird spot that I was in or something. It was like they were in the car with me.
It could be. It could also be something to do with like the temperature or the time of year or something, like how the sound reverberates off of those cars.
Who knows? Who knows? Or maybe I just have magical powers that I didn't know about.
I thought we were going to be exposed to more backstage than we actually were.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great that the experience doesn't ruin the magic necessarily. And I think as the years go on, too, it'll only get better, right? As the landscaping continues to grow and kind of mask the backstage area.
Absolutely.
But it's a really great experience. I encourage anyone to go on it unless you have a fear of heights, in which case, don't.
But even then, you're not up there for very long unless, I guess, you get stuck. And then that could be a real nightmare for you. But other than that, it's not too bad. I don't love heights, and I was fine on this.
I was the same way. And there were times where the car was rocking a little bit, but even that didn't bother me at all.
The one thing that scared the crap out of me, though, is when you're coming in for a landing.
The approach.
It looks like you're going to hit the car in front of you. You're like, this is not stopping. This is never going to stop.
The stop is abrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any food highlights for your trip this time? Any new foods that you were like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have this again?
I told you about the cookie. What else do you need to know?
Fair enough.
It's
you did go to you went to Homecoming though.
Oh, yeah.
How was it? Just
I
as
had been
magical?
before. Yeah, it's just a delicious experience and the service is so fantastic.
I got to get there.
We actually restrained ourselves this time because we learned our lesson from our first time. I mean, we had to be rolled out of there the last time. It was disgusting. And this time we were like, let's be sensible human beings and not consume everything. Although I did get the hummingbird cake.
Of course.
Which was my number one snack item.
Amazing.
Sweet snack in Walt Disney World. And that still is just exceptional.
So you each only had 3 meatloafs this time.
3 loaves.
Great.
3 loaves each.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, but overall, it was just a really fun, festive trip. I encourage anyone who's considering to go down during the holidays to do so. Again, maybe not during the actual week of Christmas, but the way the parks are decorated just really makes it that much more magical of an experience.
I've only ever seen like that first week when they put up the holiday decorations. So it's very minimal, but it's still very beautiful. So I can't wait to finally see the full effect of the holidays. Some year it'll happen.
And I hope I'm able to join you for that experience.
We'll see. We'll see.
I may get into Club 33.
Okay, if that's going to happen, then yeah, you can come with me anywhere. Yeah. In fact, I should just bring you with me on all of my trips so I can meet friends and
what are you thinking?
Do fun things.
Jeez.
Usually it's just me and my tears. And a cocktail, let's be clear. So it sounds like you had an absolutely magical trip. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. It was really, really fun. I love being there with Matthew. He gets so excited about attractions and experiences. And even all of that aside, it's just really nice to be in the parks with him and to be able to experience that time of year when everyone's feeling very festive and happy and having a great time.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's okay.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Well, welcome home.
Thank you.
I'm glad you were able to warm up the parks for me when I go in a couple of weeks.
They're all ready for you.
Very generous of you to do so.
It's my pleasure.
I had a feeling. So it being the holidays, we want to know what you, our Tweedledees, are experiencing in the parks over the holidays. What are some must-dos during the holidays at Walt Disney World or Disneyland, in fact?
You can send us your suggestions via social media at GDTD Podcast.
Or you can always email us or leave us a voice memo at info@gaysdothed.com. I'm noticing, Adam, it looks like you've forgotten to bring my gift with you from the parks. I don't...
Did I?
Wow.
Did I?
Wow. Happy holidays to you as well, my friend. Happy holidays.
All you asked for was a Rice Krispie treat.
It's true. I didn't ask for much.
I could not be bothered.
It was too wet.
Hey, Patrick.
Hello, Adam.
It's the most magical portion of the episode.
Oh.
The most festively fabulous.
Yeah?
The most decoratively delightful.
You're talking about my banana hammock? Thank you so much.
I wasn't.
Oh.
I was really excited for this segment, and now
Yeah.
I'm just... I mean, what a bummer, man.
Wow.
You lead with that during Quick D?
I mean, it's in the title, Adam. Come on. What are we even doing here?
It's Quick D time!
Hooray!
For those listeners that don't know, Quick D is when Patrick and I ask each other a question we have not been privy to prior to recording.
Ooh.
And we answer it off the cuff. That means it's improvisational.
Oh. Acting.
Improvisational portion of the episode.
I'm so excited.
It's basically just a messy way to end each and every episode.
It's a real sloppy way to get out of a show.
Sure is. Sure is.
Yeah, it's a real downer.
I know.
Yep.
We should come up with something better, but we don't want to.
They say leave them wanting more. We leave them wanting something better.
Yeah, like a cyanide capsule.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That got dark. It got real dark. Just in your own trench. In a World War II camp.
Oh.
Taking a cyanide capsule.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Hitler, Adam.
Yep,
Talking about Hitler
you
over
sure
the holidays.
are. Well, it wouldn't be a Christmas episode if we didn't bring up Hitler at least once.
Oh, my goodness. This is getting sketchy.
Sure is.
Okay. Happy holidays, everybody. Peace on Earth.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Peace on Earth.
Peace on Earth. Adam, do you have a question for me for Quick D?
How dare you make me ask my question first?
Well, I just like to see you struggle.
All right, Patrick, I do have a question for you.
Great.
Santa has come to your house, Patrick.
I knew it.
He has stopped by. He has left you a glorious package.
Ooh. as many are wont to do when they come to my house.
And you open the package.
As I am wont to do.
And what's inside? What's inside, you ask?
What's in that sack?
Thank you so much. What's inside Santa's sack is a glorious trip to Walt Disney World.
Amazing.
All expenses paid.
Thank you, Santa.
How are you going to spend that trip? Tell me where you're going to stay,
Oh.
what you're going to experience, and how you're going to drain Santa of all his financial resources
Yeah.
to make that trip the most stellar trip you've ever taken.
So Santa is my sugar cookie daddy.
Sugar cookie daddy. Frosted.
Frosted. Well, afterwards, yeah.
Oh.
What? After we make the frosting, Adam.
Yep.
That's what I meant.
Got it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm clearly staying at the Polynesian.
Oh, good.
And listen,
You never stayed there, right?
I've never stayed at the Polynesian, and specifically on one of those bungalows that are on the water.
Yeah, you want to do that.
I love being surrounded by wet surroundings. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It smells like flowers and pineapple there.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much.
Staying at the Polynesian bungalow, I love it. That's a great choice.
Mm-hmm. By myself.
Okay. You're not bringing anyone with you?
Not one person.
Okay.
I can't think of anyone I love enough to share that experience with me.
I'm sitting right across the table from you.
Not my husband.
Yeah.
Not my friend Adam. Maybe I'll bring Ella, my dog.
Okay.
Dare can't come.
Do you find it interesting that Dan was not even an option in my mind and I jumped straight to me?
I do not find that interesting. I find that very complacent in our relationship.
Accurate. You find it accurate?
Uh-huh. This is just the norm.
Sorry, Dan. We're going together.
No, well, we're not. You can go too, but you just can't stay with me, Adam.
Oh.
You can't sit with us.
Where am I staying?
On the water. I've built a raft for you.
Great. Great.
Yep.
It's themed to the movie Castaway.
I will give you one soccer ball, slightly deflated.
Thank you.
Happy holidays,
Thank
Adam.
you.
Happy holidays.
All right, so you're staying at the Polynesian.
I certainly am.
What kind of VIP experiences are you going to want to partake in? Because you have Santa's cash to spend.
I do. I'm hiring a VIP tour guide named Biff.
Yeah, what does he look like?
He looks like a real fit farmer, possibly the farmer from our Farmers Only
Yep.
episode.
Yep.
A few weeks back.
Farmers Only presents the land.
I believe his name was Jedediah, actually.
Jedediah.
Jedediah Chuck, I think maybe was
Something
his
like
name.
that, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna rumspringa all around the parks.
It's great that he's been upgraded from a Living with the Land tour guide to a VIP tour guide.
Well, lucky for me, he's very versatile.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yep. He's going to show me his Magic Kingdom.
Are you even going to go to the parks?
He's going to show me his Tower of Terror.
Why is it so scary?
Oh, I think you know.
It's huge.
Yep, we're gonna have a real rise of the resistance happening. Not a heavy emphasis on resistance, though.
I was going to say, well, I mean, if there's role-playing involved, then maybe.
But there is a rise.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Uh-huh.
Indeed. I'm giving him a tour of my Slinky Dog.
So thoughtful.
And then we're going to ride ASS, Alien Swirling Saucers.
I love that you're taking full advantage of the bungalow. Like, you're never even leaving the bungalow.
We haven't even left.
Yeah.
We haven't left the hotel yet. All those rides.
Meanwhile, I'm out of my raft, being like, "What's going on in there, guys?
Hey, can you throw me a cookie?
You having fun?
You guys, you making popcorn in there?" And that is my dream trip to Walt Disney World.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Barely even visit Walt Disney World.
Nope.
Just spend your time with Jedediah Chuck in the bungalow.
So versatile. Thank you so much. He's going to get a big cast compliment from me.
I bet.
You know what I mean?
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, I have a question for you.
Fantastic.
Now that you're a man of the world and you've seen Club 33,
Yeah.
you're experienced, you're wiser, maybe a little drunker.
Definitely. Those drinks were strong.
I imagine. It's time for Gays Do the Deed to open an exclusive club in Disney.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that club. What's it themed after? What's it named? Who's invited?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking that.
I'm so generous with my questions, aren't I?
I'd like to start with a positive.
Great.
And say that everyone's invited.
Oh, my goodness.
This is an inclusive club.
Oh, well, I don't want to go now.
We don't exclude anyone. Everyone's
Okay.
welcome.
Wow.
Depending on how you look.
That feels right. There it is.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that shoe to drop.
So basically, we're sitting by a monitor screening everyone as they come through.
I like it.
And I don't want to say, like, you need to be attractive or you need to be hot.
Yeah.
But you need to be attractive or you need to be hot.
Without saying it.
I don't want to be a member of a club that I would be invited into.
That's very Groucho Marx of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what he said?
I believe it was him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, I'm going to be a member.
Okay, great.
So I'm the ugliest member.
Oh, dear. I don't
in
think
the club.
that's true.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Everyone else is significantly hotter.
And we're making it so.
Yeah, we're choosing this.
Got it.
We're choosing this.
Okay, great. I do like to be an underdog in a situation like that.
Yeah. I mean, we're standouts in that we're the uggos. I've looped you into this now, too.
You might say we're a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like a freak show element to this club. Like, who let them in? Oh, they own the club? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you said that was going to be a positive. I didn't hear a positive yet, but okay, continue.
Everyone's invited, Patrick. Everyone's invited to try their luck at the door.
There it is.
Whether you get in or not
There it is.
is up to us.
Everyone's invited to be severely judged.
Judged by how you look.
Got it.
I mean, I guess if you bring like a cash gift or some kind of meaningful, expensive offering, then you can come in. too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's very thoughtful of
But
you.
it's inclusive, Patrick. It's
Yes,
inclusive.
so inclusive.
What were the other elements to this question? What's it called?
What's the theme? What's it called? What are
Oh.
we serving?
We're serving Studio 54 realness
Yes, we are.
in a Disney club.
Mm-hmm. A lot of hot
So,
pants.
Yeah, hot pants.
Okay.
Dramatic lighting.
Good.
Huge dance floor. Multi-level dance floor.
Okay.
Lights coming down from the ceiling. Theatrical elements. Sometimes it rains glitter. That disco vibe, that Steve Rubel, Studio 54, Ryan Phillippe wearing tight silver shorts.
Oh, now you got my attention.
Then you see his butt in one scene in the movie.
Oh, boy.
Realness.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I need a minute.
Remember Ryan Phillippe?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
He still looks pretty good.
He's still fine?
Yeah. But in that movie in particular.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Wow.
We should end the episode there.
He'll probably get into our club, okay?
Oh, he'll get into a lot of things.
It's a disco Disney club.
I legit love this idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not like Disney doesn't have a history with disco because they put out albums
It's true.
in the early 80s.
It's true.
Of disco music.
Like top 10 albums, in fact.
Yeah. Disco Duck
Disco Duck.
is a thing that would be on repeat in our club. Obviously, there will be cocktails.
I mean,
Obviously, there will be a deviled egg bar.
what?
Just for like snacks.
That is so off-putting.
You don't think deviled eggs are sexy?
Of couldn't be a less sexy food.
What if Ryan Phillippe was eating a deviled egg?
Oh, I'm interested.
See?
Okay. I see your point.
Maybe we serve deviled eggs on Ryan Phillippe.
Maybe we get a glimpse of his deviled eggs.
Oh.
What?
So what should this club be called?
Deviled eggs.
I mean, does club need to be part of the name? Does it need to be club something?
I think it does.
To stay on theme with all the other clubs?
Yeah, like Club a Seal.
Oh.
What? Club Sandwich.
Club Manwich.
Ooh.
Club 30 He.
Yup. That will do it for this episode of Gays Do the D. Thanks for listening. To become a patron of the podcast, visit our website at gaysdothed.com/donate. For a donation of any amount, you can receive exclusive Gays Do the D content and help us continue to bring you the very best Disney news and discussion. Continue the conversation after this episode on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast. Submit your questions or show ideas to info@gaysdothed.com. Have a great week, everybody. See ya real soon.